Cardiff City finally did it. The Bluebirds have won away from home in the Premier League and now sit 4 points clear of the relegation zone heading into the new year. A wondrous stoppage-time goal by Victor Camarasa and defiant displays from Etheridge and Bamba gave Cardiff a victory that felt like more than 3 points. It was the kind of winter win, snatched gloriously and so very late, that can relight determination for the challenges ahead. Warnock and his players certainly celebrated as such. For the first time this season they could enjoy a win away from home in the Premier League, and that should breed confidence that Warnock's methods also work outside of South Wales. It was all the more impressive for coming against a team in Leicester who had bettered Chelsea and Manchester City this past week. Camarasa's strike, in the second minute of time added on, was magnificent. The game was deep into stoppage time and heading for stalemate when Victor Camarasa picked the ball up wide on the left, about 25 yards from goal, and curled a wonderful shot that arced over the head of Kasper Schmeichel and into the top corner. Cue pandemonium in the away end and wild celebrations among the Cardiff players. Camarasa, who has been superb for Cardiff since joining on loan from Real Betis, was the hero, but Etheridge deserves just as much credit as the Spaniard after an outstanding display in goal. It was the third time this season that Etheridge has saved a penalty and underlined his importance to a gutsy, resolute and spirited Cardiff team. This was Cardiff's first away win at this level since April 2014 and must have felt like unearthing gold bullion for manager Warnock. Victor Camarasa's wonderful goal in the second minute of added time secured a dramatic victory, but Cardiff's day was arguably defined by an outstanding performance from goalkeeper Etheridge. The Welsh club are now 4 points clear of the dreaded dotted line, and this was a hugely impressive result for the strugglers against a woeful Leicester. After victories over Chelsea and Manchester City, this looked something of a gimme for Leicester, against ominously poor travellers. But that would be taking the wily Warnock out of the equation, and the valuable goalless draw at Crystal Palace. Warnock will be happy to have finished the year with his relegation favourites 4 points clear of the bottom three, particularly given that his side have scored only 19 goals in 20 matches. If only Cardiff could finish. Clearly, Warnock needs a striker in the January transfer window. He has been linked with Nantes Emiliano Sale. He also needs to keep hold of Victor Camarasa. After such superb results, the visit of a side that had picked up just 2 points on the road all season and sat just 3 points above the relegation zone seemed inviting for a third straight win. History would also have suggested a City win. City had won 4 consecutive top-flight matches against Cardiff by an aggregate score of 11-0. City had also won 7 and lost just 1 of their last 10 Premier League games against newly promoted teams. It proved to be the predictable case of after the Lord Mayor's show as the City fans endured a frustrating first half. As expected, Warnock had his men well organised and combative, and City certainly struggled to replicate the display of Boxing Day against the champions. After the elation of the previous few days, it was a devastating body blow for Poole and his players, but they must pick themselves up and go again at Everton on New Year's Day.